Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Matt from Extreme Airsoft here, and today we are going to be taking apart and going over a Tokyo Marui Hi-Capa. So we open this on up, you got your gun, your magazine, a little pack of .12 BBs, put that over to the side, and this is your Tokyo Marui Hi-Capa. So to take the slide off, there are two notches here. You go to the first notch, and then I like reaching inside or going through the back and pushing that out, and that takes your upper from the lower. And so we're in this first part of the video, we are going to break down how to take apart the entire upper and all of the parts inside of it. So take the guide plug out, pushing that all the way back, and then pulling the spring guide out like that, and then the barrel goes forward through the slide. Then with specifically the gold match, you have this button right here. You're going to push that in as you pull on the hop up. Total concentration here. Push the button in. Comes out like that. Then you can remove all of this. Remove the O-ring, spring comes off next, and the locking mechanism goes on. It comes off after that. Screws. Once you take out both of these screws, the hop up comes apart like this. So then you have your barrel, your bucking, and your hop up. So when you are reassembling your hop up or installing a new bucking, there is a line inside of the bucking, or like an extended piece. I don't know if you'll be able to see that on camera, but essentially there's a line that lines up with this line in the barrel. Then this nub always faces away from the barrel. Then you just line those lines up. Look inside the barrel, make sure it's going on, and it goes on just until you can't push it forward anymore. Give it a good old love tap, make sure everything's set in stone. Then there is an opening on this side of the hop up. The bucking piece right here sits right in that piece. Then your hop up wheel has this indentation inside of it. This piece right here is where this part of the hop up arm sits in. So it sits in the hop up wheel like this. So you set the hop up all the way off, which it gets progressively, the hop up wheel gets progressively closer to the center. So it's all the way to the edge here, and it gets progressively towards the center of the hop up wheel. That's how you can tell this is the offsetting of the hop up, and this is the max hop you can have. So you're gonna have the hop up wheel set in the off position. This hop arm goes in there, and it sits just like that. And then you close close up the hop up, and here there should be no gaps or anything. That's how you know you should have put it together. Same with down here, there should be no gaps. Then plug this back up, hand tight, and hand tight. Then you know you did it right. If you can move the hop-up wheel, and this arm goes up and down. It is doing that, so we know we did it right. Then, we're gonna break down the nozzle. So, you just take this screw out in the back. This is one of the screw points for the blowback unit. The screw comes out, then we need a flat head. And then, especially with the stock slides, I like bending, not too much force, but bending the slide and pushing from the loading nozzle. The blowback unit comes out just fine. You're not trying to snap the slide, you're just bending it a little bit so this has a little bit more wiggle room to just fall out. Then this is all done. Now you have your blowback unit. You have a nozzle spring, and then you pull the nozzle, and it won't go any further like this because it has a notch right here. So then you push the nozzle out. Then a bigger bit. Then you have basically, I don't know what this exact part is called, but essentially it's the seal that keeps any leakage coming out from the back of the nozzle as you're shooting. If your nozzle is ever getting stuck and everything's done fine, everything's good, but it's getting stuck, potentially this piece could be dry, and all you have to do is get a little bit of silicone oil and just lube this up a little bit and then put it back into the gun, and typically the nozzle will get unstuck. So when installing the nozzle, this piece hooks right into the blowback unit. Oh, I forgot the screw. That would have been bad. The screw goes right in here. Just hand tight. Just like that. Then this hooks in. That closes up. Then, putting it back in, we make sure you have your nozzle spring in. Put it in backwards. Like that. And you always want to keep this up, because if you turn it upside down, the nozzle spring falls out. Flush. You know it's flush right back here. Oop, it is not. Still a little wonky. need this to put on like an aftermarket barrel or anything, but typically they have O-rings that go in the outer barrels so they stabilize everything. This is just how Tokyo Marui does it out of the factory. I'm just putting everything back to factory settings. That clicks back in place, that's not moving, so that's good. This piece goes back in. Guide plug goes on the guide rod. You squeeze this. And just like that, you have a complete upper. In the next video, I will be showing you guys how to completely take the grip off the frame, the inner workings of the frame, and the inner workings of the grip. And I'll also show you guys how to take the trigger out and all of that fun stuff. So stay tuned because part 2 will be next. What's going on, guys? Matt from Extreme Airsoft, and this is the part 2 of breaking down a Tokyo Marui Hi-Capa and reassembling it. In this part, we're going to be going over how to take the frame off the grip, the inner workings of the frame, and the inner workings of the grip. So to start off, we're going to push that over to the side. And to take the frame off of the grip, there are 3 screw points. You have one grip screw here, one grip screw here, and then you have a screw in the frame right in here. So take just like that, the frame is off the grip. You have the 2 screws on the grip and the frame screw. So let's put over that to the side because this is a monster right here. So the first step to taking apart the frame is lifting up the safeties to its max position and then pulling them towards you up. So I like keeping my hand back here and wiggling the safeties. Come on. Oh. And that's exactly why you should keep like a blocker or something around it, because as soon as I lifted as soon as this gave any give, this piece right here just flew that way because there's a spring. These are called the detents, and it's powered by a spring and a blocker on this end, so it goes in the gun like this, and sometimes it just flies out. So be careful when you're taking the safeties out, and once you get one safety out, the other one just pops right out like that. Then you have this screw point, which will basically take apart the entire frame. This whole side panel. Alright, where were we? So, once you get that screw out, you have opened the frame. So now there are 3 major parts in this half of the frame. You have the hammer, you have the sear, and you have the disconnect. So, in this half, you have the valve knocker spring, and you have the firing pin. To take the valve knocker out, you just pull up, and it comes out along with the spring. Then to get to the firing pin, you just unscrew this piece, comes out, and you have successfully gotten the entire frame taken apart. There's absolutely nothing left in this. This is just 2 pieces of metal. Now, putting it back together. So, you have the firing pin spring. Firing pin spring goes in first, and in the firing pin, you have a notch for the spring to sit in. So, firing pin, and you just make the spring sit in there, and then there is a notch for it to sit, and you should be able to leave it alone as you grab this piece to set into place. Then you take the screw that you just took out, put it back in, and make it hand tight. The valve knocker. The valve knocker will sit exactly like this in the gun, but what you want to do is there is a little arm on the firing pin spring that is going to sit on this part of the frame, and then the arm that comes up, you put it inside of the valve knocker, and it kind of falls right into place. You'll know when it's in when you can push the valve knocker forward and press the firing pin, and it'll shoot back with the spring. Just like that. Then, that half of the frame is done. The main part of the frame, wrong way. This is your disconnect. It is going to go in the frame first. You see how it has like a C shape here? That is going to go around this hole right here. So do that. Then the sear, the hook part, is always going to face up in the frame. That is what hooks onto the hammer. Just like that. Then put the hammer in. Oops, wait, did I do that backwards? No, I didn't. Okay. Then you'll know you put in the sear right if the hook part is hooking onto the hammer, just like that. Then we can put this half of it back on, put the frame back on, and this screw. Alrighty, now this piece. This is the beaver tail that goes in. Then the not fun part, putting back the detents. This is my least favorite part of dealing with Hi-Capas. Some people can do it like it's nothing. I always have a problem with it. So, put the safety in to its max position. Then you're gonna take a piece of anything small, push the detent all the way in, and the safety should go all the way down. Then you go on to the other side, flip it to its max position, and it locks into place like that. That surprisingly went way smoother than I normally get it. Then you know it works because both of the safeties actuate at the same time. Now, that is how you completely disassemble and reassemble a Tokyo Marui Hi-Capa frame. Onto the grip. The grip is actually probably really, really easy compared to other parts of the Hi-Capa. So, to start out, grab a small flathead, go into the right side of the grip, push in on the mag release, and turn to the left. Oop. Turn to the left. That pops out towards you. Then pushing out. Pushing out. All right. Won't embarrass me.
One eternity later.
There we go. So, once that is out, this piece slides off, and the trident spring comes out, and the trigger will come out the back. So, if you are installing a new trigger, there is a pin right in here that you push out, and then you can put your new trigger on the trigger bar, and it just slides right back in. Oh, these are the spot for a trigger screw. Interesting. So, put the trigger bar in like that. Then you can put the mag release back in, and you push the mag release forward and to the right, and then you know you did it right once it springs back at you, and that locks the trigger bar in place. Then I like to, oh, almost forgot. This piece right here, this houses your hammer spring. If you ever want to install a new hammer spring, all you do is push down in the center, and there is a little plug right here that will fall out once you push it down, and then this entire spring will come out just like that. Then to put it back in, you push in on this, and drop the plug back in, and it'll lock right into place. I gotta put this back on here. So, when putting the frame and the grip back together, you just do I do the grip screws and the frame screw first, so everything is lined up. Then, to install the trident, I'm going to take pictures so you guys can see it better, but the right arm is going to go on the disconnect, the middle arm is going to go on the sear, and the leftmost arm is going to just float in the air. Then you want the hammer bar to go into the center of the dovetail. Then I always like holding the gun upside down as I slide this piece in so it goes in the proper position for the hammer spring. Then push that in, and you have properly installed the grip on the frame. Now, you just slide the upper onto the frame, and just like that, you have successfully taken apart a Tokyo Marui Hi-Capa. Just like that. Done.